I welcome all of you to this tour of Belgium. I want everyone to understand that we have to defend our land and the government until the Biafra is liberated from the Islamic State of Nigeria. For decades, Biafra people have been treated like slaves within the enslavement. Over 100 years, we have suffered marginalization, and we have seen worse than the apartheid in South Africa. Today, Biafra person cannot be a president in Nigeria. Biafra do not have seaport. Biafra do not have the presence of any Biafra do not have any office or any presence of operation. Biafra do not have headquarters of any class organization. Biafra land do not have the presence of the Nigeria's federal government. Biafra land do not have roads. Biafra do not have school. Biafra do not have social amenities. Biafra do not have any of Nigeria state. This is not something. This has been the result of the marginalization, discrimination within the dangerous diversity of the Nigeria state. People is unfortunately being part of Nigeria. This is a mistake that British government have done. I will continue to hold the British government accountable. We will continue to blame them until the day Biafra will finally gain its freedom from Nigeria. The British, out of their selfish interests, joined people that have nothing in common together, and they begin to compete among themselves, religious-wise, economic-wise, educational-wise, and cultural-wise. And this whole of this pull apart from become a dangerous diversity that we suffer today. Biafra people embraced Christianity. Christianity preached about love of one another. Christianity preached about do not harm your fellow human. We embrace Christianity. Cultural and traditional religion also preach the same. Do not harm any person that is your close relative, your friends, extended families, and even foreigners and strangers. This our value system is all about. We embraced the foreign god and become even more radical than them. And then as time goes on, we begin to see the Islamic State, we begin to see the Fulanis coming with aggression, coming with terrorists, coming with terrorism, attacking and killing Biafrans since 1945. This led to the declaration of Biafra by Chief Odumegwu 67. Nigeria, being a dangerous diversity, witnessed coup upon coup, military coup upon military coup, and on Simon Ekpa was not born. From 1967 to 1970, as Biafra struggled to exit Nigeria because they feel that their life is being threatened and future and existence is being under attack. They fought a brutal war. Simon Ekpa was not born by then. After 1967 to 70 war, Nigeria declared that it was a no victor, no vanquish. By then, Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu was in exile. At the end of the day, he came back. He was celebrated. The decision, he saw what the people who fought Ojukwu today is being massacred in their villages. Gowon is one of them. Gowon has witnessed the highest IDP camp within. He didn't see this coming today. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1970. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1979. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1980. Simon Ekpa was not born in 1982. Was not born in 1983. Was not born in 1984. Simon Ekpa was born in 1985. In 1982, a man called Buhari planned coup against Nigeria. Out of this dangerous diversity, he became a military dictator under military rule in Nigeria. It was not as a result of Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa was not born. People question, why are there this coup upon coup upon coup being carried out by North and of course Yorubas? But whenever this coup happens, and if there is one single Igbo man in this coup, or one single Calabar man, the John man in this coup, it becomes Igbo coup. After that, this man called Buhari committed many atrocities, including an international crime. 1984, they kidnapped a man called Omar Diko from London because he believed, as a Fulani man, he doesn't respect law, not the law of his own country, not the law of any other country. He came back after many years to become a civilian president with impunity. This same man went to Kenya and kidnapped the current leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, there has been killing and killing since 1999 by the group led by Wazirike. Simon Ekpa was not part of it. From 1999, Wazirike Mossop members was massacred in cold blood, killed at every given opportunity with stray bullet, straight shooting, live bullet by the Nigeria state. Simon Ekpa was not part of Biafra then, at least not part of the agitation for Biafra. The same Wazirike Mossop gave birth to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, indigenous people of Biafra, and still the killings of Biafra continued. In all these things that were going on, nobody summoned the courage to resist the killings of the Biafra agitators. In 2020, the upsurge of terrorists become a thing of concern across the Nigeria state, across the entire Africa. They were ranked the number 4 most deadliest terrorist group in the world. And because our people become helpless and nobody was speaking for them, and none of these people who call themselves leaders from the eastern part of Nigeria were making any move to protect the women and children from Biafra territory. It was what gave the birth to the formation of the Eastern Security Network.
I want IPOB to know tonight that being called a terrorist because you're fighting for your land and your nation is a badge of honor. It means you've arrived. It means the enemy is scared you're doing. And it means that you're succeeding at whatever thing that you're doing. Are you following me? If you are in freedom fighting anywhere in the world and the people you're fighting come to refer to you as a terrorist, that means you're not doing anything. That means you're not threatening.
Nigerians, going online recently, we are seeing some people jubilating and they are happy that they finished have jailed Mazi Samuel Nepa 6 years. You know, the irony of this world is this, that the reason why we have agitators in Nigeria today is because the government of Nigeria have failed us. Nigerians are not being treated like human beings, not even withstanding that we are very, very rich and we don't lack nothing to live like human beings. But of course, Nigerians are slaves in Nigeria. And we still see some people who are happy that a freedom fighter has been apprehended and they jail him. Nigerians, the only thing I have to say is this. You see, the government of Nigeria that can go all the way to Kenya to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a government that cannot do and undo. The Nigerian government can do everything to make sure that the criminality going on in Nigeria today is still going on. Do you think that if Nigeria was working as a country is supposed to be working, that anybody will agitate? The answer is no. But we fail to attack the government. Rather, we are attacking the masses who have grievances against what the government is doing. I will never ever be one part of those who will stand and stay against agitators. The reason why the government is practicing. You cannot tell me today that people are being unalive in hospitals for no reason. Some of them are being rejected because of 28,000 naira. Today in the street of Nigeria, we are seeing people scavenging for food in a country that have natural gas, crude oil, gold, cobalt, name them, gold, silver, and whatever. You know, one thing that I don't understand is, when you see some people, they call themselves freedom fighters. If you are a freedom fighter and they have not tagged you as a terrorist, or if you are a freedom fighter, you have only two places to stay. It's either you stay in prison or you stay in the grave, because you are looking for justice from the hand of the evil. One thing I will tell anybody who is happy that Mazi Samuel Nepa have been jailed is, don't forget that the major problem is still there. The major problem is still there. Is Nigeria functioning? No. Is insecurity in Nigeria going anywhere down? No. What have changed? What have changed? These same people who are happy now are the same people who came before and told us that Mazi Simon Ekpa is working with Nigerian government. Then how is somebody who is working with Nigerian government now go in jail, and the Nigerian government are happy that the person working with them is in jail? Watch what you are doing. Never you bite the hand of the guy or somebody who is feeding you, because maybe tomorrow he will reject feeding you again, and you will find nowhere to be to get food. The Nigerian government is against Nigerians. That is the reality. When you see people, they come out and they tell you that they are politicians. The simple meaning of politician is criminality. They are not for good. It's better we start today changing things, so that we will not have more Simon Ekpa, so that we will not have more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that we will not have more Boko Haram, so that we will not have more anything you want to call it in the world. But as far as I'm concerned, in a functioning country, insecurity is very far from it. In a country where the masses, where the youths are working, insecurity is very low. In a country where the government is doing everything right, people will not be clamoring to leave the nation. Nigerians, the ex-president of Nigeria, Buhari, said that the unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. Who put us in this Nigeria that they are telling us we must stay together, for better, for worse? Tell me which marriage is that a divorce is not tolerated. Nigeria for me is one big scam of which have never functioned. If I was still living in Nigeria to today, I will be thinking that it's normal to live without electricity. I will be thinking that it's normal to live without job. I would have been thinking that it's normal for an environment not to have good roads and a sewage system and everything functioning. But living abroad have changed my life. It has made me to understand that God is the government, and the Africa have failed us. So if you think that one Simon Ekpa is in jail, just know that millions of Simon Ekpa are coming. Millions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are coming, because what is going on in our land is worse than terrorism. Thank you.
Ex-Brigade cabinet members, the lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to stop BIAFRA. BIAFRA's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So I promise you today, they can't go back. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them. ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name of trying to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigeria, I promise you today, the money you are giving to this because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go far. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them. Ex-British cabinet members, the criminal lobbyists that are parading with them in the name to restore Biafra. Biafra's already stopped them on their track. That is why they don't go. They can't move anywhere. Not when some of us. Not when some of us. So Nigeria, I promise you today, the money you are giving to these airways because they cannot go anywhere. They can't go. Once they take one step, we are taking 5 steps ahead of them.
You jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Okay. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves. We want peace. Let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard. You jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Okay. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into this. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace. You jail Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow, another person will come out. Okay. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of justice. Because any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard.
My good peoples of Biafra, how are we today? I hope that everything is going well with you. And I want to use this opportunity. Today is 4th of September 2025. I want to use this medium to let Biafrans to understand the ongoing investigation of those who are behind the insecurity in the southeast, in Igbo land. You know, what it surprises me that even the Amnesty International, after their thorough investigation, they find out that the insecurity in the land of Biafra, in Igbo land, even in Nigeria at large, is caused by Nigerian securities, because they are the one killing Nigerians. They are the one killing Igbos. They are the one killing IPOB. They are the one killing the agitators, Biafra agitators. Investigation from the International Amnesty. What did they do? Because of the oil in the land of Biafra, because of the gas in the land of Biafra, because of the mineral resources that Chukwokika Abiyama used to bless the land of Igbos, because of those mineral resources, they buried the truths. They buried down justice. Does it mean that the international community, even Finland, does it mean that the Finland didn't know that the Nigerian terrorist governments are responsible of the insecurity, of killings, of human harvesting, the cannibals? Even Finland, you knew that Nigeria is so corrupt, but because of our mineral resources, you betrayed the spirit of freedom. And Biafrans and Biafra Defense Forces all over is hereby rejected the Finland court ruling over our Simeon Ekpa. Simeon Ekpa is never a terrorist, and he has never violated any international law. Everything that the Simeon Ekpa did is according to the international law. Why don't the international leaders who knows the law, why can't they come out and condemn the Finnish courts? Just because of the mineral resources. The mineral resources that Chukwokika Abiyama gave to us, that is the reason why. Imprisoned the Prime Minister, who is also a Finland citizen. Let me ask the Igbos that is in Finland that are jubilating that their own brother has been imprisoned in Finland. Let me ask those in America, those Igbos in America, those Igbos in Japan, those Igbos in all over the world, even the IPOBs all over the world that are jubilating over the court ruling against Simeon Ekpa. Listen, let me tell you. A freedom fighter remains a freedom fighter, and there are three things that faces any freedom fighter. One is death, two is prison, and three is exile. So the court ruling against Simeon Ekpa, I am here to address, and the consensus ones, even to address the Finland, that their court ruling against Simeon Ekpa for 6 years imprisonment can never stop the Biafran struggle, can never stop the agitating of Biafra, can never stop Biafra Defense Forces, can never stop. Even this ruling now have given the man on the ground more strength, more morale to go ahead to fight for our rights. We are only fighting for our rights. For those who are labeling us a terrorist or a criminal or a kidnapper, they are the ones that are killing our people, kidnapping our people, and harvesting the organs of our people. Don't worry, I am coming with updates. My update is for the people of Biafra to understand what is currently going on in Olo, Ihitenansa, Lilu, and Osumohu. Agro security killing themselves in Ihitenansa. And I want to use this opportunity, this medium, to challenge the DOS, to challenge the controllers of this Ebubago killing squad. I am here to challenge the Hopos of them to come out on the public to tell their friends how his 5 security personnel, Ebubago security personnel from Ililu was gunned down by Ebubago security of Ihitenansa. I am coming with evidence. There's a video I'm about to play. I will show you the video. There is 2 videos I want to show you. The first one is the Ebubago chief priest in Atilili. Ndelili Garakobata, all the whole criminals, recruit all the whole bandits in the land of the Lilu, together with the tiger base that they mixed up with. Together with the DSS they mixed up with it. Together with the Fulanis in military uniform they mixed up with. They are preparing on how to form a group in order to launch a war against the Biafra Defense Forces in that axis. One of the Ebubago chief priests currently working, doing charms for Bago This one is exactly the men of defense forces are alive. As a proof for Biafrans to understand that this is General Butoso, the triple general Butoso. It's not the problem of Osu. It's not the problem of Lilu. It's not the problem of Osumohu. It's not the problem of Olo states. He is not the problem of the entire Biafra land. But I want to show you those who are against you people. They are killing you. The Ebubago are killing you. Cutting your own pass. Selling them. Eating them. And some use human skull to do their charms. I will show you a video. And I will also show you a video of Onowu na Lilu. I will tell you about Onowu. And I want also to challenge Ebekodike. I want also to challenge Case TV, Case also TV. I want to use this opportunity to challenge Igwe Okigwe. I want to use this opportunity to challenge all those people that are on social media carrying a propaganda against the men on the ground, against those who volunteer themselves to fight for the freedom of their own people. Let me read this short script for you to understand what is actually going on. The Ebubago security shut down. Ebubago security happening live in Ihitenansa. And no Nigerian terrorist government is carrying the news. I will show you the video. And I am challenging the Ebubago Lilu to open up. Now, I want to start from reading this, that Ebubago security killing themselves in Hitenansa. Ono Nalilu, the Ebubago commander, shot dead with others at Hitenansa. 5 of Ebubago commander, 5 of Ebubago security terrorists gunned down face to face with their own Ebubago, Lilu Ebubago command versus Hitenansa Ebubago command. They are killing themselves, and Finland is not saying anything. And the Igbo leaders are not saying anything. And Hope of them is not saying anything. Musa, where are you? Why are you not saying anything? Ndi Okoko, Joe Okoko Mado, a fool at 40. I want to use this medium now to challenge all of you who are carrying propaganda against MEANS.JOIN Yahoo. Listen, let me tell you. MEANS.JOIN Yahoo, the triple general Igwe Putozo, General 1, Ogwebune Putozo, Ochiaga Ochiwo, B44, and the other commanders that are working assiduously under the command and control of Triple General Igwe Putozo. Men are not your problem. Your problem is you following the propaganda of Ndibo. Oh no, who from Lilu? Hey. Kedi na carry out propaganda na gentle criminals, those who are terrorizing, those criminals, the unable on social media, you are stupid. So you love criminality. And now Ebubago have shut down 5 Igbo Ebubago personnel from Lilu, and social media are silent, and the bloggers are silent. Shame on you people. I will show you the video clip of Ono, the commander of Ebubago in Lilu, that was shot dead by Hitenansa Ebubago group squad. They thought that it was the men on the ground, it was the apostles' men that are passing, that it was the angels that are passing. They thought it is passing. They thought that it was a Triple General Igwe Putozo that is passing. They thought that it was men of armed forces of BIAFRA, the special forces are crossing. They opened fire against themselves, and they begin to slaughter themselves. Cash TV, I am challenging you to bring that update. I am challenging you to come live the same way you are coming live, propagating against the man on the ground. I want you to come live. I am challenging all of you. I am challenging you. Come live and explain to Biafrans, to explain to Olo people, to explain to Hitenansa people, to explain to Lilu people, to explain to Osimohu people what is actually going on. How Ebubago are the one responsible of the killing of Biafrans. You think that Jerry Simonekpa will stop the men on the ground to carry out their investigations over what is currently going on in the land of Biafra? No. Let me read it first before I show you the video. Ebubago commander squad opened fire on themselves, thinking that it was Biafra Defense Forces. That is how the Ono disgracefully joined his ancestors just because of Nigerian hatred to let Biafrans go. Hope Ozodema and the Charles Soludo and the Pitamba are busy recruiting Igbos to kill Igbos as Igumi the notorious terrorists, the terrorist squad instructed them, and shamefully the real Igbo's blood are clapping and supporting the Igbo politicians to kill their own and harvest their organs for supercell, for rich men and political consumption. Ebubago security or any form of security that are controlled by Nigerian terrorist governments are hereby prohibited in the land of Biafra. And anywhere seen will be seriously dealt with. They are not, the Nigerian state governments, they are not for your own security. The Ebubago are not for your own security or your protection, because they are all controlled by Fulani in power. They are there to kill and destroy, take over your towns and your bushes and your villages. Ebubago security outfits responsible for killing and harvesting of human organs for rituals. They were apprehended by the Biafra Defense Forces for Biafrans and others to see that who are killing Igbos using their parts for charms and the other rituals purposes. They are the kidnappers, kidnapping our citizens, and their sponsors are all silent. Ebe Kodike is silent. Ike Nguruago is silent. Hope Uzodimma is silent. Christopher Musa is silent. My question is, why are Igbo all over the world are following the destructive propaganda against volunteer armies of Biafra, who are facing the Fulani in military uniform, face to face in combat, defending Biafra forests and bushes and territories, and you all join hand with enemies to Ndibo to bring in terrorists in Nigerian army, police, and others to invade your land, to take over Igbo region. The insecurity in Biafra land was caused by Igbo. That is why they are killing Biafrans, burning down their houses, and kidnapping them to Tiger Base in the name of sitting governors in Igbo land. Now, most of your time, I want you to watch this video.
Hey, Lemaya. Can't feel I've been a cough, my can't forget you. A lady here, Macan. Iji agwagwu. Iji agwagwu. Can the glass rubia? Ellen the glass. The class, the baggy baggy. Can get a house. There's a cast bag as a one. Okay, I would get the new. I would get the new. Enaga. There's a Kamutu Saga one.
Mother like a bomb yesterday.
Yes, down no, but mother like a bomb bubble. Liaba. Before young, yes, down. They call upon a cabana. Okay, my mistake in Ashiazo. Guy is yours. So I don't buy or on your fire hang with the rebel duty post, huh? India nation, there, Baka did, huh? ya isi mmadụ ha ji emesi ike ikpeazụ ha gwuo ha na ihe niile. So bọmbụ gbara ya Yezide dị ka ọ gbaghọrọ ụzọ and Yezide anyị gakwara gaa mee ka ikpeazụ saịdị ahụ anyị nọkwa na-anụ sandị amọta nka ka a na-asụ mebi nọ ya maka a na-achọda Yezide even. Glory be to God na after everything ihe niile ha ji then ụzọ ka ọ gahiere ụmụ ngafe ya enwu di ya gbapụta ya hia paimoisa and even agbali almost 2 gunshot ọbabeghụ so enwere paimoisa
I want IPOB to know tonight that being called a terrorist because you're fighting for your land and your nation is a badge of honor. It means you've arrived. It means the enemy is doing. And it means that you're succeeding at whatever thing that you're doing. Are you following me? If you're in freedom fighting anywhere in the world, and the people you're fighting have not come to refer to you as a terrorist, then that means you're not doing anything. That means you're not threatening the status quo.
The removal of Azuka Charles Nwankwo. So I want to see how the one way una carry come we know the Simon name. Here now, this is the one of September, which PM was here, and then you see removal of Asuka. You see removal of Charles Nwankwo, which was the Annie Reju. You see Josephine Eriwa. You see Ken Anekwe. Where is Simon Ekpa's name here? Why is it not shown that Simon Ekpa's name is removed or added? Why? Why is it not shown now? What happened? Why is it not shown? Ah, okay. Propaganda machines. This is what you people have been using to do propaganda for the past 3 weeks, just to show how stupid you people are, just to show how evil you people are, just to show how deceitful you people are. You have used this to brainwash the entire Biafran people. That Isaiah Nyogo, aka APM, Okechukwu Nkere, that he has removed from the document of registration. But you cannot see any evidence of where the name is removed. You can see the evidences of the removal of Charles Nwankwo's name, Annie Reju Eriwa, Ken Anekwe, Ruby Nadi, Emma Madubum, and the addition of whose name was added there, Stephen. So why are you people not showing us where Simon Ekpa's name is written that his name was removed, removal of Simon Ekpa? What happened where we don't see that one? Abi, as they give another one, on a tear that part come out from the U.S. Department of Justice. Now tear the document come out from the system. Hey, it's a shame, a very big shame that you take pleasure in doing propaganda to destroy the minds of people against Biafra. It's a very big shame.
Why should you think twice before crossing a chosen one? Today we dive into the untold power of those rare individuals who walk among us, often invisible yet immensely influential. These aren't just people. They're conduits of profound change, wielding divine protection, unmatched wisdom, and the unique ability to transform the negative into a beacon of hope. Their presence can shift the energy of an entire room, guiding us toward a brighter future. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover the reasons why messing with a chosen one is a grave mistake, and how understanding their role can lead to a more harmonious existence. From their spiritual armor to the ancient wisdom they carry, get ready to see the chosen ones in a light you've never imagined. Divine protection and spiritual power. First up, let's tackle the remarkable concept of divine protection that surrounds the chosen ones. Imagine walking through life with an invisible shield, one that doesn't just deflect the physical blows, but also the unseen turbulence of our daily existence. This isn't fantasy, it's the reality for the chosen ones. They navigate life's storms with a guardian force so potent, its origins trace back to realms beyond our comprehension. Now think about someone you know who, despite the odds, always seems to land on their feet. They face challenges, sure, but emerge not just unscathed, but somehow enriched. This resilience, this unexplainable grace under pressure, is the hallmark of divine protection. It's not about avoiding life's battles, but having an unparalleled ally in your corner. But it's not just about being protected, it's about the impact of their spiritual power. This power doesn't roar but whispers, doesn't coerce but influences the atmosphere around them. It turns conflict into peace and despair into hope, often without a single word spoken. This spiritual essence, deeply intertwined with their being, radiates out, touching lives in profound ways. Underestimating or challenging this aspect of their nature isn't just a mistake, it's a misstep with ripple effects. Mocking or belittling what you don't understand can invite unintended consequences, not just to the provocateur, but to the very fabric of their existence. It's akin to throwing stones at a mirror and expecting it not to fracture. The chosen ones carry a sacred fire within, a source of light and warmth, but also a formidable power when confronted. Their spiritual connection acts as a beacon, guiding those lost back to shore, offering solace and inspiration. To stand in opposition to them is to disregard the force of nature they embody, a force that seeks not to dominate, but to elevate. In essence, the divine protection and spiritual power of the chosen ones serve as both shield and beacon. It protects them and guides us, inviting a deeper understanding of the mysteries that surround their path. As we move forward, let's keep in mind the potency of this unseen armor and the transformative potential it holds, not just for the chosen ones, but for all who are touched by their light. Intellectual giftedness and wisdom. As the spiritual aura of the chosen ones acts like a guiding light, leading and protecting, there's another dimension to their influence that's equally compelling: their intellectual giftedness and wisdom. This isn't just about intelligence in the conventional sense, it's about a deeper, more profound understanding of the world, a kind of insight that cuts through the noise and sees the heart of matters. Consider the experience of encountering someone whose mere conversation can shift your perspective, enlightening paths previously shrouded in darkness. This intellectual prowess transcends academic accolades, their ability to navigate complex ideas with ease and articulate solutions that elude the average mind. Where others encounter barriers, chosen ones see bridges. Where many despair, they find hope. This blend of giftedness and wisdom isn't solely for navigating their journey, it's a beacon for all who interact with them. Just as their spiritual essence influences those around them in subtle, profound ways, their intellect and wisdom serve as a compass, offering direction and enlightenment in times of confusion and seeking. Their advice and insights, distilled from a rich tapestry of experiences and deep contemplation, are not dispensed lightly. Each word, each idea is shared with the intent of uplifting and illuminating, a testament to their role as guides and mentors. To overlook or underestimate the intellectual depth of the chosen ones is to willingly walk past a wellspring of knowledge without pausing to drink. It's a misstep that not only diminishes one's own growth potential, but also neglects the opportunity to engage with and learn from some of the most enlightened minds. Their wisdom, like their spiritual power, is not wielded as a weapon but offered as a gift, an invitation to expand one's understanding and embrace a broader, more nuanced view of the world. Capacity for influence. Having explored the chosen one's spiritual aura and intellectual depth, we encounter yet another facet of their extraordinary nature: their unparalleled capacity for influence. This isn't about mere persuasion or the ability to lead. It's a profound, almost elemental force that touches lives and reshapes destinies. This influence isn't wielded with authority or force. Instead, it emanates naturally, a consequence of their being and their words. Like a river subtly carving its path through the landscape, the chosen ones impact those around them, often in ways that are not immediately visible but deeply transformative over time. Their ability to inspire change isn't limited to the personal sphere. It extends into the collective, influencing communities and sometimes the very fabric Consider historical figures whose visions seemed unattainable, whose ideas were ahead of their time. Today, we recognize them as catalysts for monumental shifts in thought, culture, and social structures. In similar vein, the chosen ones of today navigate the world as agents of transformation, their every interaction imbued with the potential for significant impact. This capacity stems from a synergy of their divine protection, which provides resilience and guidance, and their intellectual wisdom, which offers insight and direction. It's their profound empathy and understanding of human nature that allows them to connect deeply with individuals, guiding them towards self-realization and empowerment. They don't just influence, they transform, acting as beacons that guide humanity towards a more enlightened, compassionate state. Influence is akin to the power of the subtle forces that shape our world, the gradual erosion by water, the patient growth of mountains. The chosen one's impact may not always be heralded by fanfare or visible at first glance, but it's omnipresent, altering the course of lives and communities in profound ways. Isolation and societal confrontation. In the wake of understanding the chosen one's profound spiritual depth, intellectual brilliance, and transformative influence, we arrive at a paradoxical aspect of their existence: isolation and societal confrontation. This isolation isn't a choice, but a byproduct of their unique attributes, a distinctive divergence that, while fostering deep connections on one level, often places them on the peripheries of societal acceptance. The root of this societal challenge lies not in the chosen ones themselves, but in the broader inability to recognize and value difference as strength. Their profound insights and foresighted visions can sometimes be met with skepticism, if not outright rejection, by a society that prizes conformity and the familiar. This misunderstanding and fear of the unknown can erect barriers, creating a gulf between the chosen ones and the communities they seek to uplift. This isolation is twofold. On a personal level, it can manifest as a sense of being perpetually out of sync with the world, a lone voice in the wilderness calling for change. On a societal level, it can result in outright confrontation, where their ideas and contributions are challenged not on their merits but as a reflexive resistance to change. The history of human advancement is littered with tales of visionaries who faced ridicule before their ideas were accepted as revolution. The chosen ones of today often walk a similar path, their gifts and insights awaiting recognition and acceptance. Yet, this isolation and the confrontations it incites are not insurmountable barriers that call for empathy, understanding, and ultimately, integration. It's a reminder that true progress, be it personal, societal, or spiritual, demands openness to the unfamiliar and a willingness to embrace change. The chosen ones, with their capacity for profound influence, hold keys to unlocking new paradigms of thought and being, if only we're willing to listen and learn. Understanding the isolation and societal confrontation faced by the chosen ones thus becomes a critical step in bridging the divide. It's about seeing beyond the surface, recognizing the value in what might initially seem alien or unsettling. This understanding can transform isolation, turning societal confrontation into a collaborative pursuit of higher understanding and shared growth. Intuitive sense. Navigating through the chosen one's journey from their divine shield and intellectual spear to their solitary walk amongst shadows of misunderstanding, we uncover another gem in their arsenal, an extraordinary intuitive sense. This isn't merely about making good guesses or having a hunch. It's a profound, almost supernatural ability to perceive beyond the visible, to understand the essence of people, situations, and the interconnectedness of all things. This intuitive sense acts as a compass, guiding the chosen ones through their own trials and enabling them to be a beacon for others. It's a bridge between the tangible intellect and the ethereal spiritual power we've explored. It allows them to navigate the world with an uncanny grace. Their intuition is the light that shines through the fog of societal isolation, offering clarity and understanding when logic alone falls short. Imagine the impact of such intuition in everyday life. In conversations, they hear not just words, but the stories woven between them. In challenges, they see not just obstacles, but opportunities for growth and learning. This intuitive understanding enables them to connect on a level that's rare and profound, fostering deep bonds and offering solace and guidance to those who feel misunderstood. This capacity for deep intuitive connection further highlights the contrast between their solitary path and the profound influence they. It underscores the irony of their isolation. In a world craving genuine connection and understanding, the chosen ones stand ready to offer just that if only society would embrace their presence and insights. Their intuitive sense also offers a counterpoint to the societal confrontation they often face. Where fear and misunderstanding erect walls, intuition builds bridges. It allows the chosen ones to navigate the complexities of human relationships with a sensitivity and empathy that can dissolve barriers and heal wounds, demonstrating the power of understanding and connection over conflict and division. Ability to transmute negatives into positives. As we've journeyed alongside the chosen ones, tracing the contours of their divine protection, intellectual depth, and intuitive clarity, we arrive at a pivotal aspect of their being, their unparalleled ability to transmute negatives into positives. This is not mere optimism or a positive mindset. It's an alchemical process deeply ingrained in their essence that transforms challenges into opportunities, adversity into growth. This transformative ability is a natural progression from their intuitive sense, acting as both its complement and culmination. Where their intuition detects the hidden currents beneath the surface of life's complexities, their transmutative power reshapes those currents into pathways leading toward light. It's as if they carry an inner philosopher's stone, turning the leaden weight of negative experiences into the gold of wisdom and insight. Consider the impact of such a capability in a world often overshadowed by negativity and despair. The chosen ones stand as living proof that darkness is not an end, but a beginning, a fertile ground from which new life can spring. Their presence and actions serve as a beacon of hope, inspiring those around them to see beyond the immediate tumult of life's storms to the potential for renewal and enlightenment that lies beyond. This ability to transmute negatives is also a powerful antidote to the isolation and societal confrontation they face. It allows them to navigate the misunderstandings and rejections not as barriers, but as opportunities to deepen their resilience, broaden their compassion, and refine their purpose. Where others might see a cause for despair, the chosen ones discern a call to action, a chance to foster understanding and unity in the midst of division. The significance of this capability cannot be over. A world that craves transformation yet fears change, the chosen ones embody the possibility of profound personal and collective evolution. They demonstrate that the seeds of positive change are often found within the very challenges that seem most daunting, awaiting the touch of those who can unlock their potential. Bearers of hidden knowledge. Traversing through the realms of divine protection, intellectual wisdom, intuitive insights, and the alchemical transformation of negatives into positives, we uncover yet another profound aspect of the chosen ones. They are bearers of hidden knowledge. This isn't merely information kept secret for the sake of exclusivity. It's wisdom that transcends conventional understanding, often overlooked or undervalued by mainstream society. This hidden knowledge connects deeply with the chosen one's intuitive sense, forming a tapestry of insight that is both ancient and timeless. It's as if they have access to a vast, unseen library of universal truths, guiding them in their journey and enabling them to guide others. This knowledge encompasses not just spiritual insights, but practical wisdom on living harmoniously within the natural world and with each other. The possession of such knowledge further illuminates the paradox of their isolation. Despite holding keys that can unlock new dimensions of understanding and transformation for humanity, the chosen ones often find themselves on the fringes, their insights awaiting the moment when society is ready to embrace deeper truths. Yet, this does not deter them. Instead, it underscores their role as guardians of wisdom, patiently nurturing the seeds of change until the conditions are ripe for their flourishing. Their role as bearers of hidden knowledge also offers a counterbalance to the confrontations they face. In a world quick to judge and slow to understand, the chosen ones navigate with a quiet confidence born of their deep, intrinsic connection to a greater whole. Their knowledge is not wielded as a weapon, but offered as a bridge, inviting those who are willing to cross into realms of understanding and experience that can transform the very foundation of their being. As we delve into the essence of what it means to be a bearer of hidden knowledge, we see a reflection of humanity's deepest yearnings, for meaning, for connection, for a sense of our place in the cosmos. The chosen ones, through their guardianship of this knowledge, serve as beacons, guiding us not towards themselves but towards the light within each of us, waiting to be awakened. In embracing the chosen ones and the hidden knowledge they carry, we are invited to expand our own horizons, to question, to seek, and ultimately, to grow. Their presence among us is a reminder that beyond the veil of the visible lies a vast expanse of possibility, accessible to those who are ready to embark on the journey of discovery. As we conclude our exploration of the chosen ones, we are left with a sense of awe for their resilience, their depth, and the transformative potential they embody. A potential that is not for them alone to realize, but for all of us to discover and share in. In our journey exploring the chosen ones, we've seen their spiritual resilience, intellectual depth, intuitive insights, transformative power, and the hidden wisdom they carry. Each facet shines a light on their unique role in guiding us towards growth and understanding. Let's not just admire the chosen ones from afar. Instead, let's engage with their wisdom, see the value in our differences, and work together for a world rich in understanding and unity. Their stories are a call to action for each of us, to learn, to grow, and to connect in deeper, more meaningful ways. Now, if this journey has sparked a light within you, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like, subscribe, and in the comments below, share your own insights or a moment when you felt like a chosen one in your life's journey. Your story could be the beacon that guides someone else through their darkness. Thanks for all the support. It is highly appreciated. Have a wonderful day.
Dear friends, thank you so much. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and location. Welcome you all once again to this very day as we continue to create awareness and send message to the world about Biafra, about our freedom. Biafra is God's ordained project on this planet Earth, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop Biafra from coming. There is nothing Finland can do. There is nothing Nigeria can do. There is nothing the Islamic world can do to stop us from being free as a people. Finland have done their worst. Nigeria has also done their worst. So we are not shaking. We are not deterred. We are so much focused on our journey towards freedom. Our journey for freedom, our leader made us to understand it was not going to be so easy. Even as we face the dangerous country, corrupt country, terrorist countries of this world, the atrocities of the Nigerian state is ringing bell all over the world. Finland is the latest victim of Nigeria influence on corruption. Finland have destroyed their integrity in the international world. And our government, the BDF, have come out to tell Finland that they are very much undeterred. They are not perturbed. They are not shaken. They are focused to fight for the freedom of our people. Irrespective of the verdict on our Prime Minister, they are emboldened by that singular verdict. The Biafran Defense Forces are so focused and more ready to give Nigerian government woto woto. And we must be free as a people. Nigeria is a terrorist state. If you are a supporter of Nigeria, I want you to know that you are a terrorist yourself. We are picking up guns, and those guns cannot come down. It can never come down until we are free. This is what the Biafran Defense Forces message to the terrorist Nigerian government, and as well as their supporters, their affiliates, Finland. Finland judiciary murdered sleep, and they will never sleep no more. And we want to appreciate our government, the attorneys, for their consistent work in making sure that that politically motivated decision of Finland will be challenged in its merits in Finnish courts in the months to come. Wonderful Biafrans, I want each and every one of us to understand that our freedom is here. Just like our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere said yesterday, Biafra is here. It is your responsibility to make Biafra come faster. Biafra is here already. And the only way we can prove that we need Biafra, the only way we can prove that we want this Biafra recognition today, now, and then, is for us to support and donate to the Biafran Defense Forces so that the liberation will be in top gear. If you listened to the opening speech of our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere, he never minced words. He never minced words when he said that what is needed now is a Gemma. What is needed now tomorrow is a Gemma. What is needed next tomorrow is a Gemma. In other words, it is finance that is the stumbling block that we have at this particular time. So if you have been supporting this government, this is the time for you to support more. If you have not been supporting, this is the time for you to come out in the open and support. All this money you are banking abroad, all this money you are putting in so many accounts, when are you going to use it? Is it when your land is under the occupation of the Fulanese? Is it when your community have been overrun? Or is it when you are dead that you are going to make use of that money? Our leader made you to understand that most of you in America, in Asia, in Europe, all around the world, and you are doing exceptionally well. There is a reason for that. That reason is for a time like this, for you to bring your resources and support the freedom of your people. The Biafran Defense Forces are ready and eager to destroy Nigeria. You Biafrans, you should also be ready to fund that destruction of Nigeria. Finland murdered sleep. Finland will sleep no more. We are very much focused to make sure that our leaders are free. And we are going forward. We will demonstrate our readiness. We will demonstrate our courage, our fearlessness, and our commitment towards that avenue to make sure that we are free. Our leaders, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and our Prime Minister are free from the terrorist enclave of Nigeria, and that of the Finnish corrupt government of Alastod. Self-determination have never been a crime. So we are not committing any crime for fighting for our freedom, for defending our women and our children. There is no crime in it. Our prime minister is not a criminal. Our prime minister is not a terrorist. So, under what basis did Finland give their politically motivated verdict? Because they have a project they are executing in Nigeria. Because they have a contract with the Nigerian government to build dams and every other, just like any other country. They are coming to build dams, and in exchange, they agreed to jail our leader, our prime minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku, thinking that by so doing or pronouncing that, they are going to discourage us from fighting for our freedom. The Biafran Defense Forces are telling Finland today that they are unshaken, they are unperturbed, they are ready, they are focused to fight, irrespective of what happens. Our Prime Minister is a face in Biafran struggle. We are different faces as well in the fight for our freedom. We have the same mindset. We have the same belief. So if they take out our prime minister, we are going to continue. Just like they kidnap our leader, we didn't stop. They take our prime minister. Did we stop? So that is a very strong message to Finland that we are not terrorists. Even if they call us one, we don't give a damn, because we must be free as a people. And Finland will not determine how we are going to fight for our freedom. The crop of politicians of this generation of Finland have destroyed the reputation that Finland had with the Biafran people. Biafran people are so focused. Biafran people are resilient. Biafran people are committed. Biafran people are ready to take the bulls by the horns to fight for the liberation of their land. There are so many Simon Ekpas, there are so many Mazi Nnamdi Kanus in this 21st century that are in this game, in this fight for freedom. So the world should be ready to hold each and every one of us down, because we are not going to give up. We are not going to relent. Just like our Biafran Defense Forces are saying, their commitment is now even more stronger than before, because that verdict has emboldened them. It has emboldened us as well to fight more and make sure that Nigeria is destroyed.
My good peoples of Biafra, how are we today? I hope that everything is going well with you. And I want opportunity today is 4th of September 2025. I want to use this medium to let Biafrans to understand the ongoing investigation of those who are behind the insecurity in the southeast, in Igbo land. You know, what it surprises me that if Amnesty International, after their thorough investigation, they find out that the insecurity in the land of Biafra, in Igbo land, even in Nigeria at large, is caused by Nigerian securities. Because
papaya. After you, now you. The triple I am a dear. After you, now you. Your boys are good to go now. If I the guy off, I'm okay. Look at the Papando over the triple G. Tala, Guado, let me lie. The triple G. Copy you loud and clear. One I for him we can tell, huh? You still like I can't work, huh? I still like I.
These are the men and women of the Biafran Defense Forces. These are the gallant soldiers of the Biafran Liberation Army. These are the men who are protecting your territory. They are protecting our land. They are protecting our women and our children. They have a very strong message for Finland and the terrorist Nigerian government. They want the Nigerian government and Finnish government to know that their decision concerning our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko, will not deter them from defending the women, from protecting Biafra land. When you look at these men, you will see the commitment in them. They are defending their land. They have not committed any crime. Our Prime Minister never committed any crime. So these men are standing their ground for the defense of Biafra land.
After you, now you. Hey, Papa, carry go.
Makandum, aya. Abokola.
The protection of Biafra land is their utmost concern and responsibility. The sacrifices that they are paying with their lives is also well noted. These men are the reason why your community is still standing today. These men are the reason why we don't have IDP camps in Biafra. These men are the reason why the terrorists are not finding it easy in our territories. These men are the reason why Biafra must be restored. It is within their power and jurisdiction to make sure that Biafra is restored. And they are telling you that they are so much ready and eager, having taken up that challenge and responsibility. But that you as a Biafra is failing them by not giving them all the necessary logistics that they need in order to do their due diligence. You complain of Biafra land, you complain of checkpoints here and there, you complain of police stations here and there, you complained of Tiger Base, you complained of what do you call it? Their military cantonments in Biafran territory. You complain of Obinze barracks, where our youth, their organs are harvested, where people go and get disappeared. You complain of kidnappings, harassment, intimidation. These men are ready to put a stop to all these your complaints. They are ready to evict the terrorists on the checking points. They are ready because they have signed with their lives. They have put their lives on the line to destroy those who have come to kill us. All these complaints, we complain here and there. It is within their control to put a stop to it. But the problem is the complainants. Those of us that are complaining, they need the logistics from us. They need to buy more RPGs. They need to buy armor tanks. They need to buy attack helicopters. They need AK-49. They need rocket launchers. They need all these materials so that ka ha nye ndị zoo ọsọ ka ha kwete na ọ na-eme. Ka ha nye ndị zoo ọsọ ka ha mara na khaki no be leather. When you look at these men, you will see that they are equal to the task. You will see that ndị a bụ ndị akpọrọ ndị soja na ha mere nkwado, na ha dị prepared for this fight. Na ha etinyego ndụ ha wee sị na ha ga-eme ikirili sure na Biafra bịara. Ka ezi ihe nọ na-eme. Those of you in Nnewi, Ochanja Market, those of you in Aba, those of you in Trade Fair, anywhere ị nọ wee na-enweta ego na ana Biafra, I want you to know that you are not free yet. As a person, as a people, it is these men and women that can give you that freedom so that you can do your business without harassment, without molestation, without intimidation. Without intimidation, these are the men that can give you the freedom that you want. These men and women need your support. They want you to give them the necessary logistics that they need in order to do this work once and for all. Nigeria must be evicted from Biafra land. Nigeria must be destroyed. Nigeria is a cancer, and we don't treat cancer, we cut it off. Nigeria have killed our people. Finland is supporting Nigeria against our people. We must do everything to destroy Nigeria and its supporters. These men need your support. They need your funding. They need your logistics to carry out their work. If you are sitting on the fence, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you are not supporting the BDF, it means you don't want freedom. If you are not funding BRGIE, it means you don't love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It means you don't love our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. This is a time for you to put aside your hatred for who is in charge at this particular time. This is a time for you to do the needful. This is a time that you should understand. This is a time that you should understand that we are ready for our freedom. This is the time for you to demonstrate your love for a Biafra nation. This is the time for you to support your freedom. Nobody will give you freedom. The freedom is taken. Look at these men that are committed. Look at these men that are volunteers. They need to be kitted up. They need to be well fed. They need all the necessary logistics to carry out their delegitimization of the terrorist Nigerian state. You have to support them. Don't give your money to a psychiatric woman who is a Fulani stooge. Don't give your money to Emma, the coup plotter, who is a psychiatric stooge as well, who are Nigeria agents in Brigi. Give your money to the Biafran Republic government in exile. You see the wonderful work that they are doing. They are the ones who are responsible at this time funding the Biafran Defense Forces for recognition, while the homeland is responsible for the liberation. This my platform is not for Sabo. This my platform is not for Sabo people. If you know you are a Sabo, you are a Fulani blood, we don't need you in this platform. This platform is a hollowed platform where reasonable people speak, where reasonable people respond. Okay? This is not a platform where Aboki na Atagboro na ụmụnne amụrụ na ana Biafra ga-abịa here na awụwashi ọnụ. Ikechukwu Morgan. Answering Ikechukwu does not make you Igbo. You may be a Fulani. In fact, by your action, by your tweet, by your write-up, we know who you are. Only that one will prove where you belong. So get off this platform before ndị mbụ na ndị egede apịa gị mgbọrọ. Our acting Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere made it clear we are not going to allow saboteurs anymore in our land. All of you that are agents of the Nigerian state, all of you that are fighting against the restoration of Biafra, your time is now. Akedunonu nebidogo. Anywhere you are, and you are an agent of the Fulani, you are agent of the terrorists, you are going to be dealt with. Very, very important. For talking jargon in my platform, I'm going to take you out of here, because here is not for Ndinzuzu. Here is for people who have thinking faculty. Here is for people who reason critically well. Here is not for people whom Ngozi have injected with virus on their brain. Fulani everywhere. Every one of you saw. Okay, let me show you what Ngozi and his brothers are doing. Ngozi and his brothers from the north, when we tell you that Ngozi is a Fulani, people will think, oh, we are just joking, or we are just being mischievous. When we tell you that Ngozi is Fulani blood, you think we are joking? That's a fact. When we tell you that Ngozi is a Fulani blood, it's a fact. It's not a propaganda.
Which are entirely a part of we local government area, or Zamfara states, or Katsina states, particularly northwest part of the country. So complete resolution mechanism, establish effective complete resolution mechanisms to address disputes and promote peace. Number three, human rights education. Now we are going to see the knowledge of human rights. Already you know the fundamental human rights. The knowledge for human rights, or educating community about their own human rights and promoting a culture of respect and dignity. Number 4, or the last one, government accountability. Holding government accountable for protecting human rights and promoting transparency and accountability. That was our this paper concern. Then we are going to see the conclusion. So now we are going to conclude our presentation for today about title or lecture message of our leaders of tomorrow. We are going to conclude this presentation by God's grace for this evening, inshallah. Under my conclusion, let me see the first paragraph, which states that promoting peace and human rights in Nigeria requires a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes of conflicts and promotes understanding, empathy, and respect for human dignity. By working together, please, my colleague, lifting this carefully, by working together, we can create a more just and peaceful society for all Nigerians. If we have unity, or if we are united, if we are not in diversity, so that we can make Nigeria once, or we can make all Nigerians at once to be united. Okay? We are calling Nigeria government we are calling Nigerian government, or we are calling government of Nigeria under the president or under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to recognize United States of Biafra and release their leader, to release their great leader called as Nnamdi Kanu, to get Nnamdi Kanu to be a leader of USB. This is our own presentation. May God bless our great country, Nigeria. May God bless you, Nigeria Northwest. May God bless you, Jigawa State in general.
Bikono Nde Biafra. When did we start to have alliance with Nde Kuru Denunu? Nde Natagboro. When did we start to have alliance with them? You see what Ngozi and her group are doing? Nde one Nigeria. Up and then Arch Freedom. Nde one Nigeria. So when we tell you that Ngozi Orabu Fulani, Ngozi Fulani is a Fulani lady, you think that we are joking. We are not joking. This is just a fact. You can see how she is galvanizing the Fulani youth. It will interest you to know that in 2023, while we were shouting for no election in Biafran land, Ngozi was very busy campaigning for, Ngozi was busy campaigning for election in Biafra land. Secretly, and in the north, Ngozi was sponsoring election and sponsoring candidates to go into elective position. So how can a Biafran woman, if Ngozi is a Biafran, be having such an affiliation with those who have come to kill you in your communities? These are Fulani terrorists. These are Fulani terrorists that Ngozi is using, pretending to be fighting for Biafra while she is supporting those who are coming to take over your land. So Ngozi is a stooge of the terrorist Nigerian state. So I want you all to understand that this is one of her groups where she is using to canvass for support, political position in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, Ngozi is sponsoring a whole lot of them to go into active political participation in the north. When she come here now, and a lot is following such mad woman. Very, very unfortunate. Let us hear what our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, said about these Fulani people.
People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that the pastoralists are aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council, where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century, moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. These are people that have prepared for you to sell you down the drain. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than a Hausa peasant.
You'll be more useless than the Hausa peasant. This is the people that Ngozi is using to say he's converting for support for USB. And a lot of people like you are following her and falling for that crap. The government of Nigeria is a terrorist government.
And all these honorable members were the corridor of APC, corridor of power, APC members, they're not the worry them. The man who saying they go, the direct and the organ of EFCC where they go redeem what Adeboye carry give. Adeboye no go see say Tinubu no dey do well. Adeboye no go see say the government no dey do well. Who love Jonathan time and I see wetin Adeboye do. Tunde Bakari no see wetin dey happen for country now. But who love Jonathan time and I no gree matter. Church people, GU, General Overseer, make God judge on her. Adeboye, Tunde Bakari, all of una wey be that. That is this, that is GO, that is this. Make God, we create heaven and earth, one at the call, making judge on her. And I don't see the poverty, the hardship. Good luck, Jonathan time. I know the news what these church people make. All the general overseer that the GO them. No, I don't keep quiet. Particular, Adeboye and Tunde Bakari, God will judge two of them. No, no go talk because no na brother, no na friend, no na follow Yoruba, no God there for see. No go talk. No the chop people, tight card, chop offering. So you see university, see what again. And I use people they catch cruise in the name of God. Use people they cash out in the name of God. Good luck, Jonathan time. I hear what all of us talk. I am the dirty water, the Amusu of the cherubim, the Kwikwi of the Sarah, the dirty water of the Essos, General Sabuja. There today my pocket, even in my back here, in the back pocket at the Karamwaka. You talk, you die. You no talk, you die. Nobody go there forever for the earth. Nobody go there forever for the company. But make on a change. You need to deceive people. That the GU, General Overseer, need to deceive your members.
Welcome, Biafra Music. Thank you for joining the questionnaire this morning. You can see the lamentation of Nigerians about their government. Everywhere is lamentation. Yet, the Finnish government did not see anything evil in the atrocity that is happening in Nigeria. Biafra Music, please come back. Dear friends, join us if you want to make your comment and contribution concerning Finland, BDF, variety of opinions on what you see that is playing out today. We are ready to exit that contraption no matter the situation. We are going home. We are going home. We are leaving that evil contraption called Nigeria. Finland is not going to stop us. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. They are not going to stop us.
Simon Ekpa. Biafra Gerisi. Biafra will swallow you because you are not pure. You are not whiter than white. You are not whiter than snow. After Chiamaka Ajere speaks, I'll open it as it comes.
Agent of the terrorists, agent of the Fulanis, they are everywhere. This is one of them. So please join us and make your contribution. Wow, His Academic Highness, you are welcome to the questionnaire. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I am just landing. I'm just landing. I always like joining the program of reasoning. Yes. And good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I didn't even look at the team of which you could explain to me, but telepathically, I know that our people need not to panic on the development. There is something we say. It is this time around we know the difference between Western civilization and the state-kakis plutocratic system and the travesty of law that goes on in Africa, especially in the country known as Zoological Republic. We know the difference between the manner of approach of legal proceedings, rights given to citizens, whether the person is accused of on terrorism or quasi-volia accusations. This is the time for us to know how countries differ, especially on matters that is so sensitive. Everybody did understood that Biafra existed as empire that lasted over 500 years ago before, the British imperialism. people know that there was the University of Timbuktu. Timbuktu is envisaged in a place known as Mali, right? Many people know about the story of Mansa Musa, the first recognized richest man in the whole world, before even Pharaoh 17 and Pharaoh 15, the past emperors of the of the world. People did understood that the first introduction of writing was from Africa. Even the science understood that very clearly. But what happened is that Africans' civilization were not based on invasion, right? But it was based on Ebebiri, Ugobiri, live and let live. We did not expand towards colonization, but we expanded towards what? Teachings. If people read the scrolls, not the Bible, they will understand that the kings used to have in Africa were the ancients, that is ancianitates, meaning the reign of experienced people who always, exhibit what used to our lands. To learn everything, they used to go back to their areas. It was the people that came during the time of the Parthians that came. When you talk about Parthians, it means the Greek civilization. They came and learned from the lower Kemet and the upper Kemet. After learning from the lower Kemet, meaning the areas of Mali, the areas of King Selassie, what's it called, Ethiopia, they came and learned and they brought it. They took it back to their country and started organizing themselves. Only that they later came back and invaded our people. Due to our simplicity, they canceled our beliefs by introducing a foreign belief system like Islam and Christianity. All these things conditioned our mind towards being loose-guarded. People that have no focal point, people that don't even think about how they will make their continent to be enticing, just like the fellow continents. So what I'm trying to say in sobriety is this: nobody should have shake. Nobody should panic over judicial matters, because this judicial matter is being handled by a Western world. We are here to challenge anybody, any travesty of law, because it is the current establishment that brought the United Nations Charter, that brought the UN, what we call Geneva Convention, United Nations Geneva Convention, Article 1, Law 28 July 1951. It's called Law of Refoulement or Divieto Refoulement. It's also the same international law that brought out the United Nations Juscogence that rules the, what you call, general rules of through which the Security Council operates. It is the same Juscogence that made United States of America, surprisingly, to invite what is it called, the Russian president. People were surprised that since the dismemberment of USSR, meaning Union of Soviet Socialist Republic, America and Russia has never had that kind of visit, but it happened na anyamuna genabo. What does it mean? It means that we are at a professional stage. America did not shoot Putin, neither Putin planning tomorrow to shoot America. They met at Alaska in the United States of America, a controversial place that did exist, that was ceded to the United States of America, through compromises, buying and selling. let's just put it in that way. There is a reason why that can happen like that. So I don't want to to take my discourse so lengthy, but what I'm trying to let our people to understand is that they should not curse Finland. I know we are free to speak our minds, but look at the judicial proceedings very well. You will understand that Finland is not doing the bidding of Nigeria. Because bidding of Nigeria, I even saw an old man that said, "Hi, 6 years is too small. In fact, this man, they said they should have taken him to Krikri." He's saying that the Finland or the European prison is is more beautiful than any correct hotel in the zoo, right? That was what the old man said in the interview. He was not happy because Finland said, let us, withhold this man. Let's hold him for 6 years while we are looking into the matter. Do you think that is finished? Finland cannot go against the law. That is what I'm saying. There is International Criminal Court there. There are European International Criminal Court too. There are many strategies of claiming people's right. So there is no need of people being emotional. What people should understand is that Nigeria is not giving command to Finland, right? And Finland is not giving command to Nigeria, but it's looking at the matter. And as it stands now, woe to our fellow brothers and our sisters, even some that their husbands were the leaders of this struggle, like the wife of Ojukwu. All these people that are scrupulous, that love what you call individualism instead of collectivism. The wife of Ojukwu, the ex-wife of Ojukwu, allegedly, if it is the zoo people, they say allegedly, went and condemned the husband, said that the husband was the one who started the war. The war did not start from 1960 or 1967. The war started far back. The war started far back. Contemporarily, the British people fought our women. They fought our men. They caged our men to the extent that the women couldn't withstand again. And they all stood up in support of their husbands. And it was known as the Aba Women Riot. Between 1926 to 1929. They shot many of our women. So the war did not start in 1960. In around 1945, because of what happened in Europe, they singled out our people and they killed our people in the northern hemisphere. It was called Igbo pogrom. Igbo pogrom means the whole entire. It means that the entire ethnic group. You have 3 ethnic groups in Nigeria: Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. They were being encircled for elimination. They killed small children in the north, in Kaduna, in Kano, and many other places. That didn't even came out through the social media, through the media, through publication, or through video. It was very clear that they singled these Igbo people for elimination. In 1945, then what happened in 1952? When the Westerners were forming the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. 56 too, before the independence. Who moved the motion for independence was not an Igbo speaking person, but it was Tony Enahoro. But after that, what happened? They started killing Igbos because of what the motion that Anthony Enahoro moved. Anthony Enahoro was not an Igbo in terms of dialect, but are you seeing it? So our people should understand that the Finland people know this very well. And we should also let them to understand that we know that they cannot violate international law. So that's what I try to explain to our people. I cannot, as somebody who is learned, start condemning Finland. No. What happened is that there is the presumption of innocence of an accused person, not until it is proven contrary. And also countries do, behave in accordance to their own law. Imagine, you say in this particular case, we have 3 judges that decided on Simon Ekpa, but in our own system, it is 1 judge that decides. But this one, there are 3 judges, meaning that it is a different system. That if somebody is being pronounced as being given an injunction, that does not mean that the person is condemned, because there is still presumption of innocence, not until contrary approvals. So if they say that this is appellable, it means that they are just following their process. They are not following what the zoo is saying. Everybody knows that the zoo is a condemned, is a pariah nation that does not respect this constitution. Everybody knows that even on Kikbazwa, that the PDP and the APC were proscribed as terrorist organizations, which they are. They are the only people, the zoo is the only place where during the election, people are hired as thugs. They say thug, thug, thug. It is only in Nigeria you hear thug, Thugs, thugs. And the professors are used for the rigging of election. The whole world knows it. So the due process is what we'll be praying. And sorry for the saboteurs that have been parading themselves as being very close to our prime minister and to our Mazen Amdekano, our leader. But when the duty calls, they will go and sabotage. They are seen very vividly. The due process is there. The international world, the developed countries did armed struggle, right? They formed what we call the Sturm und Drang in Germany. They formed what we call the Partisan. They called what you call the diggers and the levelers in the United States of America. And they fought against the authority. And today, they are exemplary nations. So our people don't need to panic. This is a professional stage where we will look at what the rule of law is saying and the possibilities being given by the law. Then we have to follow that. We don't have to be talking as people who are less experienced. That division that occurred in the story of Biafra contemporarily shows that our people are still very, very far from unity of purpose. Somebody like Ngozi Orebeze shamelessly cannot, in fact, she don't even know that PM does not have the power to dissolve parliament. That thing that she stood up in that podium to say in December 2024 was a show, that December 2nd, or is it 3rd, that she made that debauchery statement. It's a show of her ignominy, that she's a very ignorant human being in the history of politics. A person in fact, with the referendum by the Briggy conducted, shows that Prime Minister does not force people to believe in Biafra, but he is representing the collective will of the Biafrans. Our referendum that measured above 50 million participants for self-referendum shows that you cannot use singular power. You cannot do what Ngozi Orebeze did without the consent due process of the parliament, or what you call the cabinet members, deciding on somebody came and say, I'm giving surrogacy. It's surrogacy that was given to you under restriction and through SMS that is even doctored. Is that one greater than the charter of the Confederating State of Biafra, CSB? Is that greater than the power of cabinet, which represents the parliament of Biafra? Somebody just came out, jumped out of the podium, just spew nonsense, without even knowing that people have noticed that this is a sent agent. So I would like our people to understand that they should not have panic in what I'm saying, my submission today. They should not have panic. Due process is being followed, and at the end, due process shall win. Thank you for the opportunity. I yield my mic. Thank you.
Academic kindness. Academic kindness, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
As a military chief, as somebody who is knowledgeable in military operations, do you think the verdict in any way affected any operations or in any way dampened the spirit of the BDF? I mean, the verdict that we are all talking about right now.
The answer is no. And additionally, what is happening in PM's quest is BRGIE. It has to do with the diaspora, right? It has nothing to do with the de facto government in homeland. And two, the BDF is very consistent in the operation. It has nothing to do with that. I am just trying to let our people who are depressed, who are so emotional, to understand that there are three places for freedom fighter. One is in the prison, second is in exile, third is under the ground, right? So, and it is the conditions that the good people of the world has always been using, even the scientists. Do you think that the manufacture of plane was my case? Many people sacrifice their lives, their vitae, essentially, to making sure during the test for a plane to use a dynamic, while they were looking at the kites. The history even said that they landed from Africa. That Leonardo da Vinci, who was one of the proposers of the science of flight model, even studied in Kemet, is it in Timbuktu, University of Timbuktu. You see, so just like when mothers do their sacrifices, it is always bloody, But later, when the child is born, we celebrate. The husband celebrate the child. We celebrate the mother. The mother celebrate the child. So it is very normal. It's very, very normal. It is only, let me say something, prima possible, that the saboteurs, just watch them. I saw if I need Jofo Fulani celebrating, even condemning the Igbos, as he said it. He's mentioning with his mouth terrorism, but he forgot. Liars always forget history, the background history, that there was terrorism in his house. And he's going to answer that question in the futurum. He must answer how Commander Gento from Ebonyi State lost his life inside his father's compound, right? So the BDF is not shaking. Yeah. BDF is not shaking. I am just telling our people that the story, the travail for freedom is always chaotic. Nelson Mandela was in prison unjustly for over 26 years, man. And later he came out and he was the savior of the humongous South Africans. He was called many names. People should not be taking the advantage of the fact that the corruption has engulfed everybody, in the sense that they no longer know their left from their rights. INEC chairman will be the one to do it. How can INEC dethrone the president? One election, they'll be saying they're depending on what Jega will. But I said it during his triumvirate. You see, it is not so. La forma regimis mutata, nes mutato ipso civitatis. When the ipso civitatis take the charge of the defense, everything becomes understandable. So as it is now, the people of BDF represent the people that are being. The BDF is the defender of terror, and they have taken the bull by the horn. That's why we say forma regiminis mutata, nes mutatur ipso civitatis. What BDF is doing is the direct reaction from the action. Terrorist Nigerian government with their Fulani herdsmen and their hegemony. So, as they represent the people directly from homeland, they are defending themselves. So while Finland and the Biafran government in exile follows the diplomatic process, the BDF follows the direct grand process as the people that are directly affected. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our own academic highness. You are part of what the achievement that the brigade and the military are achieving at this time. These are men and women who have put their lives on the line to protect our land. I want you to look at these men. looking at these men here, Academic Highness, do you think the Nigerian government, the terrorists, the ragtag terrorists, can in any way, when they confront these able-bodied men and women, they can even scratch any of their skin?
Thank you so much for the nice quizito you have just thrown here. I am assuring you that the Zugeria has no wherewithal to confront the conquering lions of Biafra. They have not what it is because they are illegitimate. Exactly. They are illegitimate. I have been telling people, and can I use this medium to also remind our people on what I've been lecturing our people on understanding the difference between legitimacy and illegitimacy. Just like the quest concerning Ogechukwu. Ogechukwu is legitimate founder of Brigade, right? Anybody fighting against him that is subordinate or that is operating under what we call subsidiary of Brigade is illegitimate. The legitimacy belongs to that person that to do and don't do, figuratively speaking and practically speaking at the same time, taking into the question he asked. Nigeria is not legitimate because it was not African pronunciation. It was not African formation. It was not indigenous to the people. That's why the company was called United African Company. And it was subsequently, by the time the Buckingham Palace bought it, around 1900, it was called Royal Niger Company. In fact, prior to 1900, because it was around 1887 that the negotiation was concluded after the balkanization of Africa, what we call the Berlin Conference, Berlin Conference, so that it was being ceded to the Buckingham Palace, the company, not the country. But our people are misunderstanding. No. If it was a country, the intellectuals then would have scientifically transmogrified into indigenous, just like what Ghana did. Ghana was called Gold Coast, right? But the intellectuals, the brothers and sisters said, hence we have fought for independence. You know the reason and why there is red Ghana means indigenous people, the combination of Ashanti, of Gaia people, the combination of Nupe people, the combination of Hausa people. Hausa is originally in Africa, not Fulani. You see? So if you combine the 5 ethnic groups that made up that country, the former Gold Coast, you see the meaning of Ghana. Ghana. That is also the same thing applicable to Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was called Rhodesia. Then the intellectuals understood the pranks and they changed it from Rhodesia to Zimbabwe. The same thing also was applicable to countries like the Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso was called Upper Volta. Then the intellectuals understood, especially the group of Captain. You see it, etc., etc. Nigeria did not understand because they used our people corruptively and so roughly. They still remain in the colonial establishment in Nigeria of Flora Shaw. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So exactly. Our people should understand that they should not be inferior to the colonial master. They should remove themselves from any form of colonialism, especially spiritual colonialism, political colonialism. Very, very important. So there is the way we turn spiritually and also technologically of the BDF. That's what I'm trying to say in a nutshell. Because BDF is indigenous. Biafra is indigenous. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. This is the only educated black man the whole of Europe, a military chief. In fact, if you have not seen him pose in one of the dangerous helicopters of this world, maybe one of these days, he will come with one of the pictures. He knows what he's talking about. He is vast in the knowledge of military. And that is why whenever Academic Highness makes his opinion known in the military circle, everybody should respect that. Just like whenever he speaks, we listen. Hardcore, you are welcome to the questionnaire. Can you hear me as well? Hardcore, can you hear
me? Am I coming out?
Hardcore. Yes, so you are coming out. Academic Highness have just exposed all the evils that all these people are doing.
And
we can hear you. Hardcore. Go ahead.
I was listening to him, then I went to the cathedral. I bought olive oil so that I can anoint what he have said.
No, go ahead.
The problem that the West have is that Africans' eyes have opened. It's a big problem. And let me tell you, the only way they can destroy that wisdom that has gotten to Africans is to allow this third world war to come, of which they are the one that will suffer it. And after it finishes, they will come to seek Aduro in our land. The more reason why we must be very fast, very, very fast to secure Biafra before it happens. What are we talking about?
Yes, so look at the military. Look at your military hardcore. Look at these men and women.
I'm looking at them.
Like people
I'm looking at them on my screen. Men who are from India. You know, the most dangerous soldiers on earth is volunteer soldiers. The most dangerous soldiers on earth is volunteer soldiers, because they have made up their mind and they are losing nothing. If you kill them, they are happy. If they kill you, they are winning. It's only few that knows this. Nigeria was sold from a man called George Golding to the British palace, or can I say to the British? A man called George Golding sold a company called Royal Niger to Nigeria at the cost of £85,000. You see this country we are jumping up and down. That Nigeria you are looking at worth £85,000. Oruhego Igbo na pump na one club in the night. That is what people like Ejiofor is defending. £85,000. George Golding. If you are a Biafra, listen to me. Take a paper and pen and write it down. George Golding in 1937. We read the history. We keep records. We do research. So that when we want to make arguments, we make a positive argument to know where we're coming from and whom we are. George Golding was the owner of Royal Niger, whose job is to ship timber, palm oil, slaves, and all the rest. And when the proposition for the end of slave and all the rest was coming, George Golding felt like he needed to retire. Then the British government approached him and he sold Royal Niger to him, where Lord Lugard took over to proceed. And because they had bought this company from George Golding, they needed a new name. And suggestion was coming up and down. And a journalist called Flora Shaw, who is a girlfriend to Lugard, suggested Nigger area. The area surrounded with blacks, the COG, ndị ekwensu bụrụ ọnụ. If you are listening to me, maybe you now understand why when a white man asks you, where are you from? And you mention Nigeria, and the white man will just shake his body or throw his eyes away. Let me put it this way. The concentration you have during the first communication will change immediately. You tell the black man that you are coming, the white man, sorry. You tell the white man that you are coming from Nigeria. The communication limits. Because they know your history more than you. In 1937, Kere, Nigeria. 860.
So what we are saying, Atco, what we are saying is that everybody in that contraction is a commodity.
We are property. We are property of Britain. We are the property of Britain. That was why they need to include anybody possible to make sure that we don't break out from 67 to 70, because this is their property. It's like your business now. You bought a shop or a house from somebody, and the original owner of the house is not aware that someone is selling their property. And because you have gotten the documents and the original owner is not aware, and the owner is now risen up to say, is this what happened? I want to go. If that's all, the resources that is coming from that property is giving you the thing that is maintaining your family and your children and they are living well, will you leave the owner to the owner of that house to go for your children to become poor? In other words, Britain became rich and wealthy and beautiful from the blood and pains of Biafrans.
Hardcore, hold it there. Academic kindness. You are just hearing this. We have heard it. We are hearing it. Why are people, do Nigerian people understand that they are already a property?
They are property of Britain. We are, everybody in Nigeria is property of Britain. There's nothing they can do. Nothing.
So why are they not fighting to separate themselves from that property? Or are they comfortable with being properties of Britain? Is that what you are telling us?
Can I answer you this?
So that people
can I answer you this? Every government that must rule that property that is owned from Britain. Okay. Let me not go far. Now, let me ask you now. Ask Nigerians, the so-called Nigerians, why is it that anyone that wants to be president will visit Britain? Why is it that anybody that wants to rule that property, which is owned by Britain, will go to the masters? It is very clear. Take permission, and when you take permission, maybe 4 or 5 people will come to tell them that I have interest to rule your property. It is left for them to decide who will take care of their property.
Exactly. I hope Nigerians are listening.
Let us call Nigeria property of Britain. If you are doubting it as a Nigerian, one Nigerianist, go and Google George Golding. 1937, Nigeria was sold from George Golding to Britain at the price of 8,605 pounds. 865,000 all here in Nigeria. Go the Biakonde Bianakbu. Oh, what you go the Islams are raping his grandchildren and granddaughters in the street of Nottingham. Karma. It's only those that in spirit understand that we have every right to be free. The question is this: when George Golding is selling this company, did he consult the people of Arochukwu, the temple of Igbo land, the temple of Biafrans, where Ekumeku and Ekwensu is embedded? We have no knowledge. That is why they need force. Whatever the Britain is doing is to apply force in every means, apply force in every corner, use every country that is available to work with them. They can use Asians, they can use China, they can use Koreans, they can use even Finland, just like they have used them. All those things you are seeing, the kidnapping of Finland, the Kanu, the sentencing of the nonsense sentence they have sentenced to our PM, all those things is this, to return the property that they bought from George Goldings. Biafra, hear my voice. I will still repeat this again in tonight's space. I'm coming to space with this.
You are right.
Because it's part of my research last night. I did a proper research. I dig out a lot of things of which I'm going to bring them up more. And when I was researching and I began to see this, that there was a company called Royal Niger, and it was sold. I said, hey, they can't have said this once. I begin to dig more deep. I said, how? I then ask how much. They now show me the price. 865,000 won is what you want. Now you know why they will kill 200 people in Castilla and your president will fly to France. And the French company will give him a red carpet and he'll be working as his country is okay. You want nothing. As long as that pipe beneath the land is flowing and the oil is being lifted to their country for their own betterment, you are nobody. And when they are doing it...
Hardcore. Hold it there. Hardcore.
Yes, watching
Hold it there. Don't rush it. You have a very wonderful submission that you are making. But let's welcome Biafra Oracle. Biafra Oracle, are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dr. David Nanda. That's a very wonderful discussion.
You can hear...
I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear the thunderous voice of Hardcore. And he's telling Biafran that they are Nigerians, more importantly, they are commodity. But my question is this: if you go to buy a dog, in some cases the dog even self he go bite you. If you put a leash on the dog neck, if you want waka, you know let am waka, he go bite you. But Britain have bought Nigeria, and some people are even dying to belong to that property. It's because we are not comfortable with that property. That is why we are running away. So why do you think people are still comfortable with Nigeria, even when they know that Nigeria is destroying them? Biafra make your voice known.
That's a very wonderful one there. Just let's start with the illustration you made. When somebody wants to buy a dog, when you get a dog that maybe a dog that is violent, you either get an injection or what. You must give something to that dog that calm that dog, that make that dog feel at home. Something must be used. So, and in the case of Nigerians, what was used was the British version of education. The British version of education that prepares every educated Nigerian who schooled in Nigeria as a scavenger, not a critical thinker. Did you get that? The version of education that the British brought to Nigeria is designed to make Nigerians scavengers, scavenging for what to eat, just what to eat, the car to drive, not critical thinking, not critical reasoning, not thinking like the Europeans. They make sure that this education makes Nigerians to just pride themselves in the certificate only, and the kind of job they can get with it. Look at this scenario. There was one time around 2010, I was working somewhere. There was a cyber cafe there where some of these students come to apply for their JAMB exam. So I was sitting down there. One student, there are two actually. They came in there and they were applying for JAMB. Now, One was applying for one course, another one was applying for one. One said to each other, I want to study this course so that when I come out, I'll get a job and they will start paying me 200,000 naira. That was in 2010. So you see that mentality is what every Nigerian in school as designed by the British people, that what is in their mind while going to school, what is in their mind sorry, while coming out is the kind of company they work in and the kind of salary they want, the kind of lifestyle they want to live. And that turns them to what I call a scavenger, not a critical thinker. So this is the only reason why it seems as if Nigerians are, comfortable seeing what is going on, seeing all the destructions around, seeing everything around. They were because the kind of education they got, does not allow them to reason like that. So this is what I think is the reason why it is like this with Nigerians as it stands. Because some of these things that is happening here can happen in Europe. They were born everywhere. They were born up everywhere. So this is it. And those who designed that kind of education and that kind of lifestyle knows what they did, and they keep holding on to it. I listened to one content creator who was analyzing education in Nigeria. That the kind of education they gave to us here is, like all like what you have in Europe, where students go to school wearing whatever they like, dressing however they like, and then if you come here, the same set, the same people, the same student on the same level of education, classes and all in Nigeria will be they will be mandated to wear a certain uniform, a certain color of shoe, a certain color of belt. And if you dare change or wear on another thing, you go under punishment. And equally, I can remember back then in school when our Igbo language was called vernacular or something like that. We are not allowed, even somebody will be nominated to write names of those who speak Igbo in our class. So
exactly.
They used education. Let me put it. They used education because those who are educated, they put them in place of authority, and then they have corrupted those positions. So my brother, I thought the only
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, your wonderful explanation. Nigerians, I want you Nigerians to know that Biafrans, we are already on our way out of that commodity that British has. Hardcore, welcome back. What can you say, sir? Go ahead. Hardcore, are you there? Academic Kindness, are you still here with us?
Yes, so I'm
they
here.
are not close to their mic.
I'm here.
That's the Academic Kindness.
Very, very ready.
Yes, you had the discussion
to expatiate what is going on.
Go ahead, sir.
Anyway, all the speakers.
We need your own very much educated insight into this, because you are a military chief. You know it all. So this is not. You are not a. You are not a. You are a very well knowledgeable person in terms of how international politics is being played. What can you actually say to Biafrans who have that same mindset of belonging to Nigeria, even when Nigeria has already ended in 2014? Go ahead, sir, and welcome back.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's just like what we have been saying since time immemorial, but this particular rendicontazione is reserved for those that really are proud of where they come from. It is not those that are inferiority complexed, but those that are proud, just like the BDF you're looking at now, is proud of where they come from. Anybody that is not proud of being an African can never comprehend what we are saying. Now, just like what we said before, that Nigeria was formed with ideology of company, business enterprise. And our hardcore also confirmed it that when a company exists, things that the company produces, because company is created for production. Can you still hear me?
Loud and clear, sir.
Company is for productivity. So in the company's ideology, there is nothing like citizens or citizenship. Talk less of citizenry. But there is what you call interest, company production, commodity. Hardcore said it. So if people misunderstood the things, the sobriety, the sobriety understanding from the Genesis, hardly will they understand the meaning of freedom. And we started by making examples with our sister countries within Africa after the balkanization of Africa. Tell me why any average believed Igbo politician does not understand the meaning of the British mission in Africa. Even the word Africa is still under examination, but there is Akebulan. Here is Akebulan, or you call it Akebulan, Akebulam. If Africans, so to say, are meant not to reason, but they are meant to be subservient under the British order, especially country like the so-called Nigeria. The worst is that they came around with a baptismal name that is called the Giant of Africa. But Giant of Africa in terrorism. How many people knows about the secret of ECOMOG? That is the meaning of Giant of Africa, people that are being used to suppress their own people. Who is called the president, George Weah? Who is called George Weah? Supposed to be a president of a country that was formed from American ideology. George Weah. Why am I saying this? I am saying this particular thing for people to understand what is called ideology. The ideology of the zoo was not formed based on the importance of citizens, but it was formed based on the importance of what? Company, production and commodity. Production, establishment, production, commodity, transportation. That was the ideology behind the formation of Nigeria and many other countries after the balkanization. But those who really understood it came together, the educated people came together. During that time, they were not fighting each other on who speaks a better grammar or not. But they understood that I am, when I say I am, it means the etiquette of white man. Those people that used to say I am, or I am, that I am was very, very wrong. And that's why the countries like Burkina Faso changed their name from the ideology of the colonial master. I didn't say the ideology of the West. I said the ideology of colonial master. They changed it from the colonial ideology to African ideology, thereby rejecting the word like Gold Coast to Ghana, meaning the combination, recognition of the 5 ethnic groups that makes up that particular land, like the Ashanti people, like the, the Hausa people, like the Gaia people. You need to study to know the 5 ethnic groups that makes up Ghana. The name Ghana is an abbreviation. It's like Naira. It's an abbreviation. Ghana is the coming together of the principal ethnic groups that are of Africa that are envisaged in that particular geographical location, that understood themselves that the only enemy was the colonial Britain, because Ghana speaks English. That's why they know that that is the enemy. I am is the enemy. I am is the enemy. Right? So they came together. They came together in making sure that they expressed themselves and created Ghana. Rhodesia did the same thing. That is today called Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. There are many, many countries that realizes the ideology of the colonial master, and they cancel the name that the colonial master gave them, the etiquette, what we call etiquetamento in the science of sociology. Etiquetamento means the tag. One kita, they called our people their one kita because when you give your dog the name, that is the name it bears. And our people said we are not one kita, and said we are Ghana. We are Burkina.
Oh my God, hardcore. Hardcore, are you close to your mic? Hardcore, are you there? Because academic kindness have been kicked out, or he has some cause to attend to. Biafra Oracle, can you hear me, please? Oh my God.
Yes, am I coming out?
Okay, yes. Yes, you are coming out. Go ahead.
He's gone already too. Gone.
He's already out.
But I am busy somehow. I am busy somehow.
Yes.
I am busy with my mouth somewhere.
Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. Biafrans, hardcore, you can call back. MID Bricks, you can come back to complete your submission because we are enjoying it as an academic kindness. Biafrans, I want you to join and make your comments. Finland, BDF is unshaken. They are prepared to make sure that Biafra is restored. What is happening at this time is not something that is going to, shaking the resolve of the men and women who are fighting for the liberation of Biafra. No, the Biafran Defense Forces are so much focused, they are resilient, they are unshaken, and they are doing everything humanly possible to continue to fight until freedom is achieved. And these are the men and women, the volunteer that you are seeing on the screen. These are the men that it's required of you to support so that they can evict the terrorists from our land. Hardcore, you are welcome back. You have the mic, sir, if you can hear me. Hardcore, you are not coming out. Unmute yourself.
Hello, Master David, am I coming out?
Right, yes, you are coming out right now. Go ahead and welcome back.
Okay, can you hear me loud and clear, please? Because my network is very bad. I can't even hear myself. Am I coming out?
I can hear you loud and clear, and Biafrans are listening. Go ahead if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Okay, Wachineke, I don't know. I can't hear myself from my phone, but I believe I'm speaking. And if you are hearing me, may God have it. I want to keep it up because all these things are not ordinary. Just like I was saying before,
We are hearing you. We are hearing you clearly.
there is a reason that we are facing all we are facing today. It is a coincidence that Britain bought this company and Igbo nation were included being the Biafrans. Because every Biafran have a common language and a common shape and a common culture. All these people are descendants of Eri, and we are one people. It doesn't matter the language you speak. At the end of the day, as long as your mother tied 2 wrappers, you are a Biafran. So it is unfortunate that the Britain bought this property without any inquiry to find out those who are living in this environment. Unfortunately for them, there was one tribe that is. That was why, after conquering every area, 40-something years to penetrate Igbo land, and we call it a Kumeku War. And today, if you don't know, I want to tell you that the spirit of that same Ekwensu that guided our forefathers have been reincarnated. When you hear BDF and
Hardcore, your voice is faint.
Now water. It is only those in spirit that will understand. Because in those days, all bullets from the Britain were water to our forefathers. That was why it took them 40-something years. Now, if you are listening to me as a Nigerian, one Nigerianist, let it be very clear to you that you are a property of Britain. Come 2027, you will still see all the presidential candidates line up to the masters who own the property. So it is only we, the Biafrans, that have found out the truth. And it's not that we found out the truth. We will know who we are. Whatever we are doing is by submission because of the corrupt leaders. Could it be that our corrupt politicians will rise up tomorrow and begin to speak the same language we are speaking today? I swear to God, over 2 weeks, we will be free. But because of what they are benefiting from the crumbs that fall from the tables of the masters who are the British. I'm calling them because those days they say don't call them. What are we not calling them for? They have done their worst in Finland. I will call them and even call for the grandfather's name. No mercy. A country that was sold at the price of 8,650 pounds. My mom is yes. 8,650 pounds. That is what you want as a human being. And you are protecting it. Every election day you will be there. They will pay you as a toggery, give you gun. You'll be struggling to protect the property of Britain. Biafrans, wake up! Wake up, Biafrans. The volume of my media was on a low key.
Hardcore, your network issue is really preventing a free flow of this conversation. But Biafrans, Nigerians, you are a commodity to the British. As long as you continue to clamor for one Nigeria, as long as you continue to approve their shenanigan called elections, you are still under the control of that British entity. So you must do everything to remove yourself from that commodity tag on your name and on your community. Important. Welcome back, His Academic Highness. Can you hear me, sir? We can't hear you. Academic Highness, you can unmute yourself. I can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
What? Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Go ahead. We are making a submission before the network kicked you out.
At the end, I would like to show us what you call the base of European Union law. The reason why our people should not have shake. The reason why our people should not have shake. I will show you and I will still read it in memory. Because so what I was saying before is that the ideology, understanding the ideology of formation, the ideology of formation of Nigeria was not for citizenship or citizenry, but it was for company, production, and commodity, right? So at the place of citizenship or citizenry, there is commodity, goods, coal bath, uranium, californium, gold, silver, petrol.
Oh my God. Why are this network not allowing this wonderful teaching from His Academic Highness? I don't really understand. But we must continue. Nigerians, you are a commodity in the hands of British. Biafrans, the reason why we are fighting to be out of Nigeria is because of that commodity tag on each and every one of us. Because as a commodity, it is the buyer that controls you. When your buyer wants to use you, he uses you. When he wants to dump you, he dumps you. That is the reason why you have seen what is happening in that part of the world. Nobody is safe. Everywhere, kata, kata, kata. Chiba nozo. There is no good news that is coming from that contraction called Nigeria. And the owners of Nigeria don't care about you. They don't give a damn what happens to you. They are not worried about your well-being. Their only concern is what they are going to get from you, the profit of their benefit. That is their concern. Welcome back, Academic Highness. The network is not friendly today. I don't know why.
There's no problem. We'll be hearing bit by bit. Important is that our people should understand that we are being fooled. We are being fooled by the effect of colonialism. I said that the combination of the meaning of Nigeria means coal or charcoal. It means petroleum. It means cobalt. It means magnesium. It means codatum. It means, it means what you call petroleum. It means gold. It means silver. It means the entirety of natural resources. It does not mean human being, entitlement of human being, life. No, it does not that. Because ideologically, the name Nigeria was an ideology that what they believe according to their own ideology, because you cannot go and buy somebody, right? They bought it and called it United African before the balkanization, because of the war between France that made that to be held. Were killing themselves because they were dragging African, right? For them, the Berlin Conference was very, very pivotal. If what I'm saying is wrong, somebody should come what I'm saying. It is the white people that we are fighting themselves. Badagry is in a place called Laos or G. So this is in Africa.
Academic. Yeah, you are coming out now. Go ahead. Hardcore.
So what I'm saying is this towards mission to colonial vandals, and it is not good. And use what we call differentiate our process. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Your voice is breaking, Academic Highness. We can't hear you.
No problem. Person, I'll still get a network.
Okay. Hardcore, are you there? Hardcore, are you close to your mic? I don't know. The network is not friendly today, but we must continue. Welcome back, Hardcore. Can you hear me now? Hardcore, I can't hear you. If you can hear me, I can't hear you, bro. You have to fix your network, or you check your mic is not coming out, and we need to hear what you have to say. Biafrans are eagerly waiting to hear the conclusion of your submission. Biafran Defense Forces are very much ready, very much committed for the freedom of the Biafran people. We are not moved, we are not perturbed by the shenanigan, politically motivated verdict that every one of you heard from the Finnish court. It is not going to deter us. It is not going to discourage us. We are only focused on our freedom. And nothing anybody can do about it. Atco, can you hear me now? Atco, can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, I can't hear you. If you can hear me, please check your mic. Since you are here, it may not be network. Check your mic. It's not coming out. We must continue to do the needful. Nigerians, this is the time for you to ask questions. You need to remove yourself from that commodity tag on your name. As long as you support one Nigeria, you are a British commodity. But Biafrans who are listening, we are already our way out of that commodity tag. And if you look at on the screen, you can see the Biafran Defense Forces. These are the men and women, the gallant men and women that are protecting our land. These are the men who are taking bullets for you and for me. These are the men that is telling you that they are ready, that all those checkpoints you see in Biafra land, that all those checkpoints in Biafra land, under 24 hours, they are going to make sure that they evade all the terrorists from it, if they only have the resources needed for them to do their work. Hardcore, can you hear me? Biafra Oracle, are you ready to speak now?
Yes, Dr. Nana. One thing keep boggling my mind.
Go ahead.
Something keep boggling my mind. I keep asking myself something. One question. You know, I don't understand. Okay, let me put it this way. Martin Namdekano, a peaceful agitator, let's put it that way. Martin Samaneba, the good guy. And that gave our politicians and the saboteurs the wings to fly and do anyhow and talk anyhow. Now, I've been listening to the APM, and I know we have the bad guy now. It's not like before the sabos will misquote me. What I mean is this: we have somebody now who have the mind to deal with these politicians. That's why I call him the bad guy now. We have the good guy who does not want to harm or touch the politicians. He wanted them to repent on their own and join us. And he said he is a good guy. But if you listen to our APM, like yesterday, if you are listening to him, you discover that this one is not the good guy, yo. This one is not the good guy. It's clear. And every politician, should understand what it means. This one is not a good guy. So now I heard him. He has given that order. He has given that command. And that seems to have, somehow answered the question I've been asking myself over this time. So why are these politicians still having the space to operate? Why are these governors still having the space to even call the military to invade communities? Because if one governor that is calling the military, using the military to invade communities to kill our people, has been handled, others will run away from where they are. At least one. I've been asking myself questions, but from the speech of the APM last night, I was like somehow comforted that at least we're going to see something in that direction. And I wish to see that. I will be happy to see that. The reason why, apart from what the British has done, which you have been talking about here, apart from what the Nigerian government and the Fulanis are doing to our people, if you check all of these things, without the collaboration of our politicians, they won't be able to do much. They won't be able to do much. So I want to see our APM work with the PDF to be able to get these politicians down. I heard him when he said, wherever you see P2B, bring him down. I say, very good. Very, very good. And not only Peter Obi, all of them, all the governors, all the politicians, all of them, even the ones, there's one now I heard, and this is information. I don't know who is listening in the BRGIE government. I don't know who is listening. Now, in Imo State, come next election, governor election, there is someone they call success around. If you make your inquiries, you know, he's going about parading himself as a successor of Uzodimma, and he's planning, from what I gathered, the plans he has, what he wants to do, is similar to what Uzodimma has done in Olu and Okigwe. This man has mapped out where he's going to put Fulanis. He's going to import Fulanis to that side, and he has mapped out where he's going to, locate them. And this is another danger to our people on that side. What we are seeing in Okigwe and Olu is heartbreaking. And this one is preparing to succeed Ulo Sodemba, and is preparing to open another front around that side, Mbise axis, around Ngobala, around Mbise axis, all of those areas. So I don't know who is listening. I don't know who will get to our PM. I don't know who is get to the PDF for them to check this young man. They call him Success. I heard his name is Success. I gathered information from somewhere. So I don't know who is listening. So that this current, I'm very happy that IPM said there will be no election. I'm very happy about that. But in any case, because whether there is no election or no election, they will just go in and write something and announce, and nobody will challenge them. So whoever or whatever, I want us to be careful and our PDF to be on their toes to checkmate those who are going to take over from all of these things, who have all of these ones who have caused problem and tears and pains to our people, and to checkmate them, if possible, beat them down like those. So this is another angle. So, well, let's see how it goes. Before that 2027, I believe our God will hear our prayers, and then everything will be in place, and then we'll discard whatever that is called Nigeria. So this is all I have for. I think this is all I have for now. Yeah.
Thank you, Biafran Oracle. One thing is certain is that the Biafran Defense Forces, they have their intelligence network all over Biafra land.
Okay.
Before anything happens, they are going to get a wing of it. And if there is any individual that is planning evil against Biafran people, definitely that person will bear the consequences of his action or his thoughts. This time around, like our APM said, Idu aka n'ọnụ for the terrorists. Idu aka n'ọnụ for the enablers who are bringing in these terrorists in our land. And it will continue unabated until Biafra is free as a sovereign nation. Thank you so much, Biafra Oracle, for being part of this wonderful broadcast. Biafrans, if you still have something to contribute, you have the link. Come on board before we go to our space. Come on board and make your submissions. What do you think about the Biafran Defense Forces stand? And Makeup have come out to tell you that they are not deterred. They are unshaken. As a matter of fact, they are more committed than ever at this time. So whatever thing, shenanigan, politically motivated verdict that we are getting from Finland, it does not make sense to them. Because freedom fighting, you cannot be charged for terrorism for trying to fight for your people or trying to defend your territory. It has never constituted as a terrorist act under international law. So we understand the games Nigerian government played with Finland. We understand that. Even before the court proceedings, Nigeria have already started making statements, jumping the gun to even making conclusion of the case. And we are not surprised that even after the case concluded, it was the same assertions that Nigeria was making that was eventually, was something that was, approved by the judges. So that shows you how corrupt the world is. That shows you how corrupt Finland has become in this 21st century. Even when we believe our prime minister when he said that we are going to bring Finland to Biafra. And of course, that stand does not change, because what has changed is that the politicians of this 21st century from Finland are criminals. Somebody like Elostad, a man who he was in the same political party with our prime minister, is now turning against a citizen of his country because of contracts to build whatever in Nigeria, because of hunger and because of money. He is now drawing Finland back in their democratic rating in the world. So whatever decision they have taken, Biafran people, we are still very much focused. So you as a Biafran, what is expected of you is to come on board, support your government for the recognition, and those of you in the homeland, support the Biafran Defense Forces for the liberation. Look at these men on the screen. You will see how eager, how courageous enough they are to make sure that we are protected. Only what they need is your support. Your support is what they are needing. Ega hi na-eji wee na-agbara banko. You fly to Dubai to have a good time. You buy this, you buy that. But your land, Fulani are driving your people away. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Ibukwana ogaranya, like that pastor in Onitsha, Indaboski. Indaboski say, how can you call yourself a gentleman when in your state you don't have pipe-borne water? You call yourself a rich man, or you call yourself an elite. You don't have pipe-borne water. You don't have electricity. You call yourself an elite. Also elite, exactly. You are a big man. You say you are a big man. You have mansions here and there. But in that place you build mansion, you don't have 24 hours electricity. You don't have pipe-borne water. You can only open borehole and be drilling water from the ground. You don't have pipe-borne water to demonstrate that, yes, actually you have contributed positively to the development, to your human resource development, that you are nothing. All those of you who are raising their shoulders, all those of you who are showing off your little money that you have gotten, you should be ashamed of yourself that your community is under intense bombardment. The Fulanis are chasing your mothers out of their land. Your people cannot have good pipe-borne water. The roads in your communities are not motorable. The Fulanis will come, rape your women, kill the ones they will kill, and nobody will hold them accountable. Nobody will hold them responsible. And you say you are in Abuja, you are this, you are that. You are nothing, my friend. You are absolutely nothing. You can only be something, expect people to respect you when you have achieved a lot. When you have contributed immensely for the development of your communities. When you have done something meaningful for people to be proud of. That is when we can regard you as something. You have this, you have businesses all over the world. You have properties all over the world. Yet, you are a slave in your land. What kind of achievement is that? You have chieftaincy titles, you have this, you have that. Yet, you have no say in the political system, in the political playing of your community. There is no contribution that they can allow you to make. You can't take decision in your state. You are nothing. And that is why we appeal to you, Biafrans all over the world, to join hands and support our government. Fund the liberation of your land. Fund the liberation of your communities and your states. If you don't take a cue from what the Fulanis are doing, then something is absolutely wrong with you. Our leader Sege, if you people don't rise up, the Fulanis, they will destroy you that they have destroyed the Hausa. And of course, the Hausas are no longer in existence. You hardly see people or hear people mention Hausa. Why? Because the Hausas have been conquered by the Fulanis. The Hausas have been, the Fulanis have destroyed the Hausas. They conquered them and they are their slaves in perpetuity. This is actually what they wanted to do to you two, the Biafrans. They wanted to use us the way they use the Hausa people. And the politicians in Biafra land have already accepted the slave mentality that the British and the Fulanis are giving to them. But we, the Biafran people, we are saying, no, we cannot be slaves in the land of our ancestors, in the land our fathers left for us, in the land that our children will inhabit while we are no more. We can never allow or accept this slavery mentality. So that is why we are fighting out to be free. We are fighting to be free out of that contraption called Nigeria. If you want to be free, join the Biafran Republic government in exile. Fund your liberation. Fund your freedom. That is the best gift you can give to your children. That is the best legacy you can leave when you are no more here. Very, very important. Eziaha Kego. When the history of Biafra will be written, I am sure your name will be among those that will be mentioned that funded the liberation of Biafra. It is going to be a plot for you till eternity. So this is the time to write your name in the book of life. Biafra is God's ordained project. Support it now. so that Biafra will come in our own time. If you want to join us to make your contribution, just click on the link or you call on the number on the screen +258 8756 92392, and you will be on to Biafrans all over the world. This is the men and women of the Biafran Defense Forces, the protectors of Biafran territory. Igwe Butuzo with his men walking on the streets of Biafra.
Papaya. After you, now you. The triple G, I am a dear. After you, now you. Your boys are good to go now. If I the guy off, I'm okay, look at the ally. Papando over the triple G. Tala, Guado, Mela. The triple G. Copy you loud and clear. I will look at that. This is like I can't live work. I see like I live work. Papando after you now you. Hey, Papa carry go. New go.
Makandum, aya. Abokola.
Papaya. After you, now you. The triple G, I am a dear. After you, now you. Your boys are good to go now. If I the guy off, I'm okay, look at the ally. Papando over the triple G. Tala, Guado, Mela. The triple G. Copy you loud and clear. I will look at that. This is like I can't live work. I see like I live work. Papando after you now you. Hey, Papa carry go. New go.
Makandum, aya. Abokola.
I beg, if you don't already listen to this video, I beg people where they in the state and then get this video. Anything way they do now, avoid problem. You carry you go like that. I go lie for you. Anything we will carry you go tiger base, don't worry. Avoid them. Because anything as a guy, as a girl, anything we carry you go tiger base, possibility of you coming alive, they're very slim.
I want IPOB to know tonight that being called a terrorist because you're fighting for your land and your nation is a badge of honor. It means you've arrived. It means the enemy is scared of what you're doing. And it means that you're succeeding at what? Are you following me? If you are in freedom fighting anywhere in the world and the people you're fighting have not come to refer to you as a terrorist, then that means you're not doing anything. That means you're not threatening the status quo.
Another person will come out. Okay. Because that is the ideology. I keep saying Biafra is an ideology. The things the youths are seeing in the southeast is what drives them. You have in the southeast, they arrest young people, young boys, they charge them for terrorism, they call them IPOP, they lock them up. You arrest bandits in the north. You arrest terrorists in the north. And what do? You call them repentant. And you reintegrate them back into the society. What kind of justice system is that? So we must be honest with ourselves in this country. If we want peace, let us look at peace from the aspect of any peace devoid of justice is peace of the graveyard.
Any peace devoid of justice is not peace at all. If you want peace, you have to look it from the aspect of justice. The terrorists commit atrocities. The Boko Haram commits killings and annihilations of communities. When you capture them, the Nigerian government reintegrates them into the society to continue their menace. But the people who are fighting for their freedom, they will now use us as scapegoats. They kill our people, arrest our youth indiscriminately. And you think that we are going to allow that to continue in our land? Hell no. The Biafran people have risen up. We are saying enough is enough. And we must be free as a people. Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom. I really appreciate every one of you who was part and parcel of today's broadcast. I want you to understand that the fight we are fighting is very just. If you are not part of what we are doing, then you have a problem with yourself. You have a problem with your
I want IPOB to know tonight.
You have a problem. You have a problem with your generation. If you are a true Biafran, you must rise up and fight for what you believe in. You must rise up and fight for the freedom of your people. You must support the BDF. You must support the Biafran government in exile. You must support every action geared toward the destruction of that evil entity called Nigeria. Yes, if you want freedom, prepare for war. We need freedom, and we are prepared for war. The men and women of the Biafran Defense Forces, they are ready and very, very ready to give in their best for the freedom of their nation. What they need is your support. What they need is your support to do the job once and for all. They are ready, they are committed, they have resolved, they are unshaken, they are courageous, and they are fearless before their enemies. These are the men who vowed to protect you. So you must support them with everything that you have. You can only achieve your greatness in a free Biafran nation. I salute our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. I salute the Prime Minister, Obatobie, Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko. I salute the Acting Prime Minister, Ogechukwu Nkere. I salute the Information Minister, Mazi Soni Akparawa. I salute my fellow comrades of the Biafran media for what you people are doing to bring the information to the Biafran people. I salute every one of you that have supported and support this government. Let us continue to do the needful. It is not yet over until it is over. Very soon, we are going to arrive at our destination. But at this juncture, funding is key at this time. Airborne to the Biafran Defense Forces. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you have not subscribed, that's the only way you can support us for now until we get to our target. Support us, like and share our broadcasts, our videos, so that people will continue to see and be, aligned to our platforms. Very, very important. Thank you so much for being part of this program, and have a wonderful weekend. Ndewonu, Ụmụ Chineke. Bye from here.